It's on the... Ah! He made it! Oh my...
Hello everyone and welcome into Platte Arena. It's another Wednesday night and it's another Crossroads League matchup tonight. The Taylor Trojans in town to take on the Huntington University Foresters in a crucial game in the Crossroads League. I'm Preston Husband alongside Ryan Holzapple, and tonight, Ryan, these two teams both desperately need this win for the standings.
Yeah, so in their last matchup, the Trojans actually beat the Foresters, which means they have the tiebreaker over us right now in the standings. So if HU can win this, not only will it keep Taylor from vaulting them in the standings, it'll get them that much closer to that 4th and 5th seed and possibly a chance to hold a conference tournament game right here in Platte Arena.
And these teams are very, very tight in the standings right now. Huntington overall 13-13, improving on their win total from last year with this really young team, just one senior, and we'll talk about her soon, that being Emily Sebo. In the conference, though, they're 7-9. Taylor is 6-10 with an 11-15 overall. So they're battling right now for that 6-7 spot. Huntington even still has a chance at the 4. So it's a must-win for Huntington. Taylor can live with a loss because they're kind of already set in 7 or 6. But Huntington still has a chance to host a home game if they get hot and the cookies crumble in the right manner.
Yeah, I mean, Huntington has a huge opportunity, especially for this young team under Darby Maggard to host. I think it would be their first conference tournament game here in quite a long time, and it'd just be a huge opportunity for the fans and for the players to get that experience, and for Emily Sebo in her last year here as a Forester to have that opportunity.
Yeah, we talked about Emily Sebo before the game and how she's just been such a great shooter throughout her years, but she's also the lone senior on this team. She's the leader, she's the emotional leader, she teaches the other young players plays and practice. She's that second coach on the floor for Coach Maggard, and Darby said she's meant the world to her, and we'll see if she can have a big night and potentially her last game in Platte Arena. Starters on the floor for Huntington, it's Kellum, Nelson, Sebo, Gabi Melby, and Olivia Raby. On the other side, Hope Custer out there with Ava Hinson, who had a great game against Huntington last time. Clacy West, Macy Woods, and Taylor Westgate. Foresters start with it in their home whites. Gabi Melby goes, drops her defender, and can't get the shot to drop, but showing off the handles early.
And Gabi Melby, a great move to the basket, got the defender on skates.
So Huntington now on the defensive end. They've really stepped up their defensive intensity throughout the year. Keep in mind, this is a team that plays 3 to 4 freshmen a lot of times. They got beat in this first matchup by 20. It was a historic night for Taylor Westgate in that game. Outside, Hinson, who had a great matchup the first time, drops it inside. There is Westgate, and it's going to be a shot clock violation. We talked about the defensive intensity. There it is.
Yeah, I mean, HU with great intensity on the defensive end. They're playing with hustle. They're playing with purpose. They're trying to knock the Taylor team off balance on offense and played them late into the clock. It was a great defensive possession for HU.
Gillum finds Sebo, celebrating her senior night tonight, goes to a freshman Raby. Swing past Melby, who missed that first shot, and now Sebo, waiting for her to uncork that first shot. Great defense by the Trojans. Late shot clock here for Melby. The junior falls away from 10, too strong off the back of the rim. Custer pulls down the rebound. Couple of pretty decent looks for Melby, unable to get her scoring started yet, but she can explode when she's feeling good on the offensive end. 3 on the way, and Hinson knocks in her first shot of the night. 36% from downtown on the year, coming off 27 points, a season high against Goshen on Saturday. She's one of the best players on this team, dynamite in the first matchup. Raby up and under. Wow. Westgate blocked it away.
Man, Westgate just played perfect defense there, read the fake, and then got the block. What a defensive play.
And Raby is going to be subbed out quickly here. Kendall Yoakum will check in, so that spreads the floor a little bit as Yoakum's one of the top percentage three-point shooters in the Crossroads League. Nelson hands it off to Melby. Shot fake, gets into the lane, now back out to Sebo. Someone's got to go to work quick. Sebo launches, that one's too strong. Rebound, Yokomu's just into the game, able to keep it alive out to Emily. Melby again, works inside. This time finds Yokomu, fires. That one's perfect.
What a shot from Kendall Yoakum, all off Gabi Melby, who got the penetration and kicked it out. A great play from Gabi.
You can see we've connected the scoreboard in the shot clock, so that's gonna be right all night long. So another edition of FDN Sports, just continuing to add some positive pieces to each broadcast.
They improve every single time.
Yeah, thank Jonathan Peters for adding that, as that one's knocked out of play. And it's going to stay Taylor's ball, a 3-3 game.
Yeah, I mean, Taylor had the right idea there, but HU got right in the passing lane, knocked out of bounds. Great play from Foresters.
Westgate goes off the dribble, falls away from 12. That's too strong. Rebound down to Nelson. Huntington likes to push the pace. Yoakum's feeling good early. Thought she made that one, but Westgate rips it down. Pace being pushed by the Trojans. Hinson knocked in the first three. Now she slows it down. You look at what Hinson and Westgate did in the last matchup. Westgate set a school record with 25 rebounds against Huntington and had 18 points to go along with it. Good hands by Melby. Huntington the other way. Kellum fires in transition. That one's off the back iron, and it falls into the hands of Clacy West.
A rare missed three from Bailey Collum, especially when she's open like that.
This Forester team has broke the school record already in threes for one season. Backdoor cut and an easy lay-in there. And it's an early 2-point advantage for Taylor. That was Macy Woods making a nice cut, and Westgate with a great pass.
That's what Westgate does. She brings that pressure on the offense, forces HU to double team, and gets her players a wide open look. And that's the value of having a player like Westgate.
Nelson steps into a 15-footer, and she knocks down her first shot of that. She started to come alive a little bit on the offensive end.
Yeah, she's been great in recent games, and you can kind of see her using Westgate's drop coverage against her as Westgate's playing back a little bit. So she's like, okay, I'm just going to hit this little mid-range, and if she can continue to that, HU's going to be deadly here tonight.
And Huntington can do that because they've got shooters in all 5 positions on the floor right now. West has it. Less than 10 seconds on the shot clock. Skips it to Hope Custer. She has it knocked away. Now just 3. Someone's going to have to launch. It's West, and it's short, and it's another shot clock violation.
How about that HU defense playing amazing defense late into the shot clock, forcing them into tough shots that have not ended in baskets. So HU is playing some great defense here early on.
That's really the difference in whether HU wins a lot of games or if they take some tough losses, is their defensive intensity and rebounding. In the first matchup, they were dominated on the boards against Taylor. Tonight, they've got to be strong inside and play a good brand defensively as well. There's Kellum, who's blocked from behind. That's the second block for Taylor already. And now they'll push the pace the other way, looking for another lead. 3-ball launch. That one's off the side of the rim. Raby pulls it down.
Well, I like how you pointed out how it really relies on rebounding and defense, because we know this offense for HU will always be on there. They have a great three-point shooting team. They broke the three-point record for most threes by a team in the season already. They've been incredible on offense. They're always going to get their points up, but it really comes down to if they can stop teams from out-rebounding them and out-hustling them on defense. And they've been doing that recently, which is why they've gotten a lot of wins.
Kellum working off a back screen from Sebo. Raby now has it inside. 5-5 here in the early stages of this game. Melby finally gets her scoring started on a tough rim run.
Well, so far, Custer has not been able to stay in front of Gabi, and she's taken advantage of that matchup. And you can see there gets the easy layup, and we'll see if she keeps trying to attack that matchup.
So Huntington continuing to try to lock it down on the defensive end, and they force another turnover. That's 3 early TOs on Taylor right now.
Yeah, I like the vigor on the defensive end, not letting Taylor Westgate get the ball. I mean, once she gets the ball into the paint, it completely collapses the defense. So you cannot allow Taylor to get that positioning, and they aren't allowing it and causing turnovers.
See if Huntington can add on to this early lead. Sebo feeds Raby, who skips it back out Melby. She had the last 2. Skips it to Yoakum, who's hit 1-3. That one's too strong, and Westgate has another rebound. It's a shot you live with, though. I mean, she is dynamite from outside, one of the best shooters in the entire conference as a freshman. 41% on the year.
Yeah, she's an incredible shooter. I mean, even though it was a little bit of a moving shot, when someone is that good of a shooter, you tend to live with those shots.
Melby tries to run down the loose ball. She gets on the floor, and I think it's going to be off of Gabi, but just 7 on the shot clock, and Taylor's going to go the length of the court.
Yeah, I mean, like we've said, the hustle from HU here, they have really out-hustled Taylor, and which is why they have the lead right now and another chance to get another shot clock violation.
So Taylor's got to go quick. It'll be Lacey West who pushes it ahead. Hinson, who has the 1-3, throws it in Westgate. Here comes a double, and I'm not sure that one will count, but it was awfully close. We'll have to see if they want to come back and look at that one. We'll mark it. 3:45 in the first quarter to maybe check and see if that was a shot clock. Kellum tries to answer. Can't get it to go. Raby kept it alive. Melby's open. She fires. That one's too strong. And finally, Lacey West clears it for the Trojans.
You like the offensive rebound there. I mean, got the open look, just couldn't hit the shot. And, I mean, HU will live with that, getting wide open three-pointers. With the level of shooting they have on this team, they will live with that.
Peyton Artso, freshman out of Walcuttville, Indiana, is in the game for the first time. Had a nice freshman campaign. Here's Westgate, who goes left hand off glass.
They got to stop her from getting into the paint like that. They have to play deny ball. They can't let her get the ball, because once she gets that, I mean, she will score in a one-on-one situation.
Olivia Raby going to be called for an illegal screen there, and that is going to be Huntington's first. Obviously, the first on Raby as well. Take a look here. Some of our great camera work. Raby.
Looks like she shifted just a tad bit. A little bit of acting as well from Custer there.
Hey, part of the
got
game.
Beat,
part of the game.
Yeah,
got to sell it.
Part of the game.
I thought Raby was pretty well set there, but it's one of those that if you move your hips at all or you get outside your body with your hips or arms, they're going to call it. And we've seen it consistent all year long.
Yeah, she was swaying just a tad bit, which is enough for the refs.
Westgate has the last 2 baskets, and now she'll hand off to Hinson. Those two are a dynamic duo. Hinson misses that short. Rebound inside, and then a short pass inside to Custer. Hinson will start it over. West finds Custer. There's Westgate, who scores another. She's got 6 straight.
She is dynamite. She can get into the paint, and once she gets there, she is very lethal. She will usually get the shot up, and it'll usually go in. HU's got to be careful letting her get going.
Melby goes into Westgate, had it knocked away, and Westgate pulls down the miss. Out and running is Hinson. She drops a pass off. Offensive foul as Kellum stepped in and drew the charge.
That's what Kellum does. She's known for her offense, but she is also a great defender and a great hustle player. She makes those defensive plays. She deflects a lot of passes, gets a lot of steals, and then draws a charge there. Beautiful play from Bailey Kellum.
Probably one that could have gone no call or been a no call, but now you kind of feel like 2 calls have swayed in either direction as Kellum goes off the dribble, gets wide open, missed the shot. Raby ripped it away and scores it right over the top of the defenders.
How about Raby? We need to get her going. When she gets going, this HU offense becomes unstoppable. She had 16 in their last matchup. She was huge for them. And if she can get going on Westgate and make Westgate work on the defensive end, it'll make her less impactful on offense.
24 games, 22 starts for the freshman from Loveland, Ohio. Been really solid as Melby has another steal.
What a steal. She just ripped that away. That was incredible.
Gabi out and running. Kendall, who has the 1-3, finds Raby. She tries to add 2 more on, rims in and out, down to Westgate. I'm telling you, she's on pace for another big game rebounding right now.
Yeah, I mean, you'll live with that shot. Once again, she was in the drop coverage. You will always live with that mid-range shot. I mean, that's a high percentage shot, and you'll live with it.
Inside, Kellum knocked it away, and now Kendall Yoakum has it. We're going to spread out the camera here just to make sure you guys are getting looks. Melby fakes up and under and scores to tie us up.
I like Gabi Melby's aggressiveness on offense, attacking Custer, because Hope Custer has not been able to stay in front of her, and she knows it. So she's really abusing that matchup, and that's something that Gabi can really do in this game. She's a great scorer, very savvy with the ball, will get to where she wants to go, see if she can continue that.
Westgate has it knocked away by Yoakum, and now a whistle called on Kendall. That's just the second of the quarter on Huntington, 2 for both sides. And no free throws coming yet, but probably 2 possessions left. Man, this is kind of what we expected. 2 teams that are even on the year playing even here in this first quarter.
Well, and you got to like the defense from both sides. Both teams are playing good defense. I mean, you can see the scoring column's not really there, 11-11. Both teams playing great defense, and all you can ask for.
Lacey West just threw that straight out of bounds. It looked like Casey Ott from Slinger, Wisconsin was not prepared for it. A little tidbit on Casey Ott. She was an incredible cross-country and track runner in high school. She went to state 8 different times.
Wow.
Running track
insane.
and cross country. And now she's playing basketball at the collegiate level. Melby pulling out the bag of tricks, couldn't get it to drop. And now a rebound as the Taylor Trojans running back the other way. Henson wants to slow it down. Trojans can hold for the last shot. Ava Henson's been the playmaker for this team all year long. She's got it now. Stops, pops, gets it to rattle home. And now Huntington's going to have to force one up, but Melby's not going to get it off in time. And we're going to send it to our first break. It's Taylor 14, Huntington 11 after 1 on FDN Sports.
I've been interested in animation since I was really young. Animated movies have always been my favorite.
Heard about it from my dad. He had saw that they're having an animation camp. I told him that I want to go.
So my photography made me interested in working with cameras, and that's what I want to do.
It was a camp that had so much to offer. Like everything I was interested in, it was being taught here and stuff.
The knowledge of animation, how it works, and getting better at it so I can pursue my future career.
And I've always just kind of been interested in this for so long, it was like I couldn't really pass it up. And I have learned those things, like professional things that I would not be able to do at home.
Some of my favorite experiences were just getting out and talking to people with similar interests, people who are passionate with the same thing that you're passionate with.
Replay system in the back, and give us 1 second here.
Wait a minute. No, it's 11-11. That was a 3. The 2 point. Okay, all right, okay, all right. I thought you were talking about no. That was over. That one score right told you to mark it. That was
That we had to get things situated here with the officials. It's 12-11, and as mentioned, the shot clock violation was on Taylor Westgate on the shot that was in question. So a great job by our replay crew and our crew in the back to get that correct. So Huntington only trails by 1 after the first quarter. They're playing defense now. Sorry for a little bit of miscommunication. Just wanted to make sure we had everything right inside Platt Arena. So this is a big game for both sides. Huntington playing great defense, and there's Yoakum again on the defensive end, wrapping up the ball, and it's going to go back to the Foresters.
Foresters, great defense. I mean, Taylor was fighting for positioning that entire possession, but Peyton Hartsoe, the smaller defender, really pushed her away from any positioning that she could have gone. Great play.
Kendall Yoakum's been awesome on defense the last few weeks, really bringing a different part of her game out. Hartsoe, another freshman, drives in, finds Raby. She'll put it on the floor, tries to score it, and through the contact, does just that.
That's right over Taylor Westgate. Great shot blocker. That's an incredible shot from the freshman.
Coach Darby Maggard jumping up and down. She thought it should have been an and one. Either way, Huntington has another basket, and they've got the lead back. Custer throws it out wide. Now they go into Westgate. Hartsoe's there to tip it away.
How about Hartsoe with 2 great defensive plays here.
Melby stops and pops, can't get it to go. It's another rebound for West. Huntington just can't get any separation right now. These two teams are just locked between really a 2-point span right now, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, both teams playing great defense, making teams take tough shots, and that's all you can ask for if you're a coach for either side.
Westgate hands it back out. That is Woods who had it, throws it over to Custer. There's Westgate again between two defenders. Forced outside, Henson launches another three. That's her third of the night.
Yeah, they've got to get her to kick it out to someone other than Henson, as she has been incredible from three-point range. They've got to get someone else to shoot the ball.
Henson up to 9 points already. 4 freshmen on the floor right now for HU as Hartsoe has to pick up the loose ball. Raby, another freshman, once again goes on the dribble. Left hand this time, couldn't finish it. Slow behind the play, and Taylor's got numbers. They throw it up ahead. Good hands by Nelson. Yoakum's got another steal, and now Melby slows down the pace. Active hands everywhere right now on both defenses.
Yeah, both defenses are really spectacular right now.
Yoakum having a great first half, finds Olivia Raby. Able to keep that pivot foot down, and now Hartsoe goes to work. Yoakum goes off the dribble this time, up and under, and she's adding a lot of different weapons right now to her repertoire.
You've got to like their aggressive approach to Taylor Westgate, who's gotten 2 blocks already in that first quarter, and they're attacking her now, making her play defense, trying to draw fouls on her and get her out of the game. It's smart playing from HU.
Custer, one of the lone seniors on this Taylor team, has it. She throws it in to Westgate, and Melby's going to be called for a foul as she was working against the much taller Taylor Westgate. You look at those two, there's about 6-7 inches of difference, and Melby was holding her own, but you can see maybe just getting that off arm of Westgate there on that entry pass.
And she's a bulldog of a hustler down there, and especially on defense. I mean, she is always hustling, always making the good, right defensive play, and she loves to do it.
Henson goes off glass. That one goes in and out. Lara Valiente, who's in the game for the first time, running the point position. She's coming off a nice game at Spring Arbor at 6 points. Raby goes to work quick, this time with the left hand.
I like Raby's aggressiveness. Usually she's a little bit more timid in the paint, but ever since she dropped to 16, she's had some good games recently, gotten some good reps. She's really become more aggressive, and it's really helped this HU offense out.
She's had some good games against St. Francis, and then again against Spring Arbor on Saturday, as Westgate can't handle the pass, and now it's another turnover. Kellum, who's been held really under control so far in this first half, dumps it in. Raby trying to get another. Kellum, she'll drive between two defenders. Contact between both of them. No call. They're letting them play on both ends right now.
Well, they see the intensity that both teams are playing with, so they're allowing them to get away with a couple of bumps here and there, and I think that's a good thing, as basketball is made to be a physical game.
Westgate missed with the left hand. Sebo clears. This is really just a defensive matchup right now. Raby catches, quick work, right hand, left it short. Loose ball falls to Liv, and then a foul called late, and it's going to be on Taylor. Huntington's ball underneath.
Yeah, you gotta like Raby's hustle, missed the shot, saw the ball, and fought for it, and got HU another possession. Great hustle play.
Raby, even after missing that short shot, stuck right with it, able to pick up the loose ball. She's already shot it 7 times. There's been a few games where she doesn't shoot that the entirety of the 40 minutes of play, but tonight she's feeling confident, and I like that approach from her.
Yeah, that's all it takes for freshmen, is getting some confidence, and she has officially gotten that for this team, and it's huge.
Nelson fires a 3. She connects on a 3.
How about Nelson being huge on the offensive end and defensive end for HU over these past couple of games? She's had an incredible stretch of games here as of late, and she continues it tonight.
She averages right around 6 per game. Hasn't shot the 3 great this year, but in some games, she's knocked down a handful. We saw it against Grace as Westgate's now called for an offensive foul, and the turnovers are really becoming an issue right now for Cassie Wiseman's team.
Well, they're making Westgate uncomfortable when she's trying to get positioning, and it's forcing her to nudge a little bit more, maybe throw out a little bit of an elbow to try and get some positioning. And the referees see it, and HU doing a great job of really containing her to only 4 points in the first half, something not many teams can do.
That is 14 turnovers in 15 minutes of gameplay already for Taylor. That's really been their Achilles heel tonight, and the reason why HU has a 5-point lead. Melby can't make it 7. but she's got 2 free throws coming.
Yeah, I like her approach. I mean, usually, as you and I have said it multiple times in the past, she's a second half scorer. She's that person that tries to score when HU needs it the most, but her and Raby have really been aggressive here early on, getting many of the points for HU.
Custer picks up her second. It's the team third for Taylor with 5 minutes left until halftime. Huntington desperately needs to win and then get some help as Melby splits the pair, and then the rebound pulled down by Kelly, who averages right around 3.5. Talk about the difference in turnovers. That can be the difference in the game. Already so many for Taylor, just 1 for HU. Quick spin shot with the left, no good, pulled down by Melby, and Huntington can now grab their biggest lead of the half. Kellum scoreless so far, so Huntington's doing all of this without their best scorer on the year, Ryan.
Yeah, that is really impressive.
Nelson takes another shot. That one's too strong, falls down to Hinson. And now Ava pushes it ahead. This Taylor team's been in a little bit of a rut offensively, and now Kellum's whistled for a personal.
Gave her a little bit of a bump there, trying to push her out of bounds, and referee's on top of it. Great call.
Kellum's first, team second in the second. And that's kind of what Custer does. A lot of straight line drives, only a 25% three-point shooter on the year. Loves to score it inside. Double team comes inside, it forces the pass back out. Taylor launches a long 3, couldn't catch who that was. Looked like Macy Woods, and then kept alive by Westgate, and easily Hinson puts it right back.
And that's her 8th rebound of the game. She is inhaling the rebounds right now, something that she did against HU and their undersized team in their previous matchup, and she's continuing to do it here today.
Backdoor cut from Kellum. She's just being locked up right now as another offensive foul called, this time on Annika Nelson for an illegal screen. That's 2 now on HU, and that's the only 2 turnovers they've had all night.
Yeah, you can see it here. She brings it around. She shifts her feet just a little bit, lifts them up, and that's enough for the refs to call it.
3rd foul on HU, the 1st on Nelson. As Custer swings it up top. And now Hinson will go to work. They're looking for Westgate on that secondary post. She catches, spins, scores again. Pretty move.
Yeah, Westgate is very good in the paint. You cannot allow her to get that positioning. It's something they've been good about so far in this first half, but she got where she wanted that time.
She averaged 15.5 last year. First team all-conference member as Lauda gets into the scoring column with the left.
Not usually a scorer, more of a playmaker and defender that comes off the bench to kind of handle the ball while Melby's not playing, but what an offensive possession for her.
Melby nearly had a steal, tried to keep it in, and almost went into the front row of press row, but Melby's kind of been that firecracker tonight, that Energizer bunny that's been all over. We've seen her diving for loose balls, trying to keep it in, and when her scoring's not there, she still provides that effort that's so valuable for Coach Maggard.
Yeah, and like you said, that's why she's so valuable for the team. I mean, you will always get effort from her, which is huge.
Hinson couldn't score it, and then it's thrown away on the backside as Lauda has the loose ball. She finds Melby, who'll dribble into the lane, shot fakes again, pass fake, now Sebo. She's scoreless right now, but has had a great career and playing in potentially her last game in Platte Arena. In and out, Melby shoots, can't find the range. Loose ball picked up, double team comes, and then I believe a timeout is gonna be awarded, and Cassie Wiseman, just in time, is gonna be awarded with a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here, but man, this has been a hard-fought first half, and you can see it in some of these replays.
Yeah, I mean, our great replay team getting all the replays for the fans watching at home, which we always love them tuning into the sport. But yeah, I mean, officiating has been on top of it. You gotta like the intensity from both teams on defense. Both teams are getting their hands in the passing lanes, playing aggressive defense, making each other play late into the shot clock, and you can't really ask for anything more if you want to watch some good basketball.
You just saw Coach Cassie Wiseman there. She's in her first year at Taylor. She was at Heritage Christian for 3 years before that, where she won a sectional title, 16 years in the prep basketball coaching world. She was an assistant for Hamilton Southeastern. So truly, she's an indie girl at heart, and that goes back to her playing days as well. She's the all-time leading scorer at Heritage Christian, 1,783 career points in high school. Went on to Butler, had a nice career, so that's a really good hire for Taylor to kind of get this program turning in the right direction. Having still an up and down year this year, but I would assume they'll be back in contention soon. Westgate, double team, missed that one short. Sebo kept it alive. Melby picks it up. Crucial 2 minutes in this game. You think about the last 2 minutes of the first half, last 2 minutes of the game. See who can grab the momentum. Lauda playing more of the point guard with Kellum and Melby out there. Sebo as well. Emily's wide open. Kellum didn't see her. And now off the dribble goes Gabi. Gets into the lane. Lauda doesn't shoot a ton of threes. She's going to have to force a shot up. Sebo before the buzzer. That one's no good. Raby kept it alive. Loose ball. And Melby tapped it right off of the defender. And it's going to be Huntington's ball. That is a tremendous play.
Like you said, she's the firecracker for this team. You see the hustle there, and the heads-up play, knows that the Taylor Trojan is out of bounds, throws it right at her legs. Nothing she can really do about it, and gets HU another possession.
I mean, this was brilliant from Melby. She saw that the player was out of bounds, threw it right off of her.
Yeah, that's incredible.
A great play by a leader on this team, one of the older players on this Forrester roster. And right now, not doing it with the points, but with the hustle play. Yoakum, freshman, launches too strong. Rebound falls down to Taylor. That was Quinn Kelly who picked it up. And now the Trojans can cut into this 4-point lead. Henson having a great first half, so is Westgate. That's really been their two best players all year long. And another turnover as Kellum forces another steal. Yoakum keeps shooting. This time she makes it.
Kendall Yoakum, she is, like you said earlier in the game, she's a tremendous shooter. You always want her to have the green light no matter how much of an off shooting night she has, and she bottoms her second one there.
Right now, I believe she's the leading scorer on the team. She is with 8 points. Hinson back to the basket. Huntington can take some momentum into the break. Kellum's got another steal. Bailey's been working hard against Westgate. Now she goes to the rim, has it knocked out of bounds. Kellum still can't get her scoring going, but her defense has been a game changer.
Yeah, her and Melby. I mean, Melby's gotten a little bit of scoring with 5 points here early on, but Kellum has 0 points, which is very unusual for someone as talented as she is on the offensive end, but she's impacted the game in other ways, and that's what good players do.
Kellum inside Raby, had it tipped away by Westgate. A rare turnover for Huntington in the first half. HU most likely will get the last shot. Pass thrown in, double team again, another turnover, and now Huntington has the ball with a 4-second difference between the game and shot clock. I mean, right now, Ryan, 17 turnovers in the first half for Taylor. I mean, that's just a killer for them at the moment.
And that's a testament to HU's defense. They force them into tough passes, into tough shots, and tough spaces, and they've capitalized on it.
5 on the shot clock. Someone's got to go get it from Raby. Liv finds Melby. Shot fake and not going to get it off in time. And now after Huntington didn't turn it over much at all to start the game, that's 2 in the last 2 possessions. Just 4 in the half, so you can live with that. But man, you can take that final swing of the first half there if you take care of the basketball and come up with a basket.
Yeah, I mean, Taylor right now is on their back heels. They're turning the ball over at an astronomical rate in this game, something that they don't normally do that much. And HU's taken advantage of it, and they've gone out to the 7-point lead.
Both teams aren't really shooting the ball all that well. Actually, Taylor has shot it better, as Henson's going to have to force up a last-second heave here. She does before the buzzer and just left it short.
Wow.
So Huntington will have a 7-point lead heading into the break. We're going to have Coach Darby Maggard put on the headset and assess that back and forth first half. Coach, not a lot of scoring from your 2 main scorers, Melby and Kellum, but man, they brought the intensity defensively and gave you a little bit of a cushion heading into the halftime break.
Yeah, I thought our defense was really good. Our shot selection, it feels like we're overthinking it. It looks like we're overthinking our shot selection a little bit. The only person that looks like Liv is playing really well. Kendall's playing really well, which is awesome offensively, but defensively, we're holding it down. We're holding it down there, which is good.
Yeah, you got production from Nelson, Yoakum. It's kind of been next man up, next girl up mentality all year long, and you know these freshmen just keep growing. And I guess you kind of gave us your assessment of that first half, but how do you take care of business going into the second part of this game?
Well, we've got to move the ball and move our bodies. We're getting a little stagnant. And if we get an open shot, we got to shoot the ball. I mean, that's basketball. You know what I mean? We're playing 30 seconds at a time. You got a shot clock. If you've got an open shot, you need to shoot it. Defensively, we've got to stay with what we're doing. We're doing a phenomenal job, I think, of having backside help and of making things really tough on them. Obviously, Westgate does a phenomenal job in the paint, and so we got to make things tough for her all night long, even in the second half.
All right, Coach. We hope to see you afterwards. Good luck the rest of the way. Coach Darby Maggard joining us for the halftime break. Ryan, you can take the headset right back off because we're going to send it to a break. Right now, it's Huntington up at the half over Taylor on FDN Sports.
All these years, you're still the same pathetic trash.
Glenn, is that you?
Hey, Harold.
Welcome back, Glenn.
You ain't taking me in, are you? 'Cause I can drive.
20 years. You just left. You didn't call. I thought you were dead.
What's going on that field over there?
Yeah, we're building a church and a school.
We've sold 3 churches and raised 50% of the budget.
Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
I'm not about to waste any hard-earned money on some pastor pipe dream that can't even get a line of credit.
Did you get the call from Lloyd?
Lloyd had a heart attack. We have to find a new carpenter by the end of the day.
Could you use me? Your brother says you're a singer.
Your breath smells like gasoline.
Having a drunk build this church? He's not a drunk. He's a broken man, just like you and me.
Why can't I just learn the guitar?
You know how we feel about rock music.
Why are you here?
I reckon I could ask you the same thing.
What if somebody did something they weren't supposed to do and you knew about it?
What Glenn needs is a doctor, not a church with no money and a charlatan for a pastor.
Dad!
You're the best friend I ever had. I love you.
If the Israelites can knock down the walls of Jericho with a prostitute and a marching band, surely Glenn can help us build this church. Remember, ask.
And it shall be given to you.
Seek.
And ye shall find.
Knock.
And the door shall open.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Let's roll.
At nursing camp, we learned a lot and had a lot of fun at the same time.
I've always wanted to be a nurse since I was a kid because my mom and grandma were nurses.
So I felt really behind and scared to be majoring in nursing. The professors really make sure that you feel welcome and that you are really understanding what you're getting into if you do join. My favorite part, I think, was going to like the research center. We got to practice like CPR.
I thought I would come here and not know, talk to anybody. But first day, it was like, oh, I already had a whole group of friends.
I would describe nursing camp as super fun, but also super educational. They took the education process and made it fun. Everybody's gonna make you feel welcome, and you're really gonna have a good time.
Forester Camps is making new friends.
A great way to explore different opportunities.
Great way to experience life here at Huntington University.
I looked into OTA and it looked like a lot what I wanted to do, but I still wasn't really sure what all it was.
But I did know that I did want to be in the medical field, but I don't really have a stomach for blood. This was a different way to be able to help people physically, but not have to open them up.
Since it's a smaller place, everyone knows each other. You know, they can invest time in each other.
This would be a great way to learn about it and see what it is.
So I saw how life-changing that can be, and it made me want to do that.
Okay, 117 Echo, take 1, cover mark.
And action.
I'm the script supervisor.
I'm first AC for camera A.
Second AD.
Best boy electric.
focus puller.
I'm about to run this right here and man the camera.
Speed. Thank you. Bye-bye. We've got over 20, 25 students that have worked really hard all semester preparing for this month-long experience.
Oh yeah, the standards have definitely been raised. You ready for me or no?
Normally we do films in 3 days.
We do a lot of student films.
And this has been like 4 weeks plus an entire semester of prep.
This is just insanely different.
The respect that I have for anybody doing grip work on a feature film is through the roof.
On set this week, we have Stephen Baldwin.
Let's leave him to do the miracles and me to handle the business.
On the technical side, it was better than anything I've ever experienced before. Kudos to Huntington University.
I'm afraid our conversation ends right here.
We also have casted Bethany Lind. She's on Ozarks and a DC series right now.
You just left, you didn't call, I thought you were dead.
I think this is an amazingly immersive experience. I wish I had had something like this.
Pros come in, and they've come in from all over the country, our department heads.
The first 2 weeks of mentorship, I mean, it's a lot of teaching. Let's see if I can catch any more. It's fun to see where the students are now. We're on week 4, day 17. We're getting there now. I think it's good to walk away.
I think everybody on this project is in a little bit over our heads. But the prerequisite for being used by God is self-doubt. And we are all being used by God.
All of us are here and gifted with different things by God, and all of those pieces are going to fit together and make a really incredible movie.
I think that I'm like way more capable of like hard labor than I thought I was.
I think I've definitely become more confident in myself in the process of being able to figure stuff out when there's a problem.
Making movies is hard, but it's definitely it's meaningful because it's bigger than you.
I definitely think God is teaching me patience. I have learned how to take things with stride.
We want the way that we make movies to reflect our Christian faith. That's almost more important to me, that our students are seeing that.
That's convenient, thank you.
I hope that they can take something of what we're doing and live out their faith no matter what movie set they're on.
Folks, that is a picture wrap.
Woo!
We just made our movie.
My name is Mark, and I love to play the drums. I started drumming in the 9th grade. That's when I actually had a drum set. I actually started playing in my mind when I was about 5 years old. My older brother was a drummer, and he was my idol. Now for me, fortunately, the church has been a place where I could play the drums, and so I always had an outlet, even every single week, where I could be playing the drums, and so I could kind of fit it into the rest of my life with getting married, having kids, having a job. I would say that being made in the image of God means that God as creator has wired creativity into all of us. And so for me, playing the drums is my avenue for how I can express that creative aspect of being made in the image of God. And I love to do it.
Just about ready for second half basketball in Platt Arena. Preston Husband alongside Ryan Holzapple and the rest of the FDN Sports crew. Always having a blast with these guys. And of course, my guy Ryan. In that first half, though, man, defensive battle, only 26-19 in favor of the Foresters.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that I was going to say is it's been a tale of two teams here today, and usually the one sounds like it'd be winning, a team that's shooting more efficiently and out-rebounding the other team, versus a team that's just playing rigorous defense. Usually the team that's rebounding and shooting more efficiently is the one in control, but Huntington finds himself up, and it's all been their defense. I mean, you look at their steals column, they have 10 steals. I mean, that is an incredible amount of steals for a team that usually is more of an offensive dynamic team, but the fact they have 10 steals here in just the first half alone is incredible.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Coach Maggard needed to see from her team after Taylor took them down quite easily up in Upland, Indiana. And you turn it around, and tonight, Huntington's dominating this basketball game on defense. If they would rebound a little better, they'd be blowing Taylor out, and that's still a possibility. While we have the chance, though, Ryan, I want to take some time to talk a little more about Emily Sebo. We kind of talked about already what she's meant to Darby Maggard, but I actually met with Coach Maggard earlier in the day. She said that Emily has been such an incredible leader for her. She's bought into the style. You know, last year in Darby's first year, Emily obviously a junior, so it's back-to-back years. She's the leader because they graduated 4 or 5 players last year. She's battled injuries all year. She's actually in a walking boot earlier today, so she's playing through a foot injury, and she just had nothing negative to say about someone like Emily Sebo. She's been a leader, as mentioned. She puts the team first, and Coach even said, you know, I'm hard on kids sometimes, but Emily's always receptive, and she understands that I want what's best for her. And man, what a career that Emily Sebo has had wearing that number 30 jersey. 35% three-point shooter, but she's a much better person than she is even basketball player, and she's been a really positive role model for this young team this year, Ryan.
Yeah, and something not everyone always sees is they see the on-court antics and how a player acts, how they play. That's usually where they get their memo of the player. And I mean, she has a great demeanor on the court while playing. She plays great. She's a good shooter, great leader for the team, a vocal leader on the court. But more at practice is where she really shines with her teammates, and that is, like you said, her ability to lead the freshmen and the young players. I mean, she has that valuable experience that no one else really has on the team because, I mean, besides Gabby Melby, who's a junior, but I mean, she's a senior, so she has that extra year of experience, and they look to her in hard moments to coach them through it, as well as Darby Maggard. She's been huge for this program.
Some career highs from Emily Sebo before we get back in action. She had 28 points against St. Francis on February 6th of 2021. She also had 11 rebounds in a game versus Mount Vernon Nazarene. You see some of the pregame senior night festivities right in the middle, number 30, Emily Sebo. And she's done it in a lot of different ways. She's had 5 assists in 4 different games in her career. She's made 10 field goals in a game, 7 three-pointers, 10 free throws, 4 steals. So even though she's not having that explosive offensive night that we've seen a lot in a Forester uniform, she's still been that glue player, that glue guy that has been able to keep HU in front. And we saw it on the defensive end from her as well.
Yeah, and I mean, she really hasn't been an explosive offensive player this year either, only averaging, I think it's around 9 points, 5 rebounds. And I mean, yes, the 9 points are valuable, but she brings so much more to this team than just points and rebounds. As she is that vocal leader, the glue person. They look to her for guidance and to help be a player coach for this team, and that's what's more valuable than any points or anything else that she provides for the team.
Take a look around the Crossroads League. Goshen and IWU are matched up. Indiana Wesleyan winning that one by 30 plus. Marion beating Mount Vernon Nazarene by 28 into the 4th quarter in that one. Grace and St. Francis, that's the interesting one, as you can see the standings there. Grace is 23 to 22 at halftime. Huntington obviously here up 26 to 19, and then Spring Arbor over top of Bethel 34 to 22. So the one that the Forester fans are really keeping an eye on is that Grace St. Francis game to see if they can just jump up a little higher, potentially grab that 4 seed, but most importantly, maybe stay within that 5 and just have to go down the road to St. Francis or Grace.
Yeah, you'd much rather face St. Francis than Spring Arbor if you're HU, especially on the recent loss of Spring Arbor.
All right, back into play here. You can see Huntington playing tough defense again. A quick whistle. I think this is going to go on Sebo, and it is. That will be her first. Obviously, the team's first, just 8 seconds into this second half. And, you know, Coach Maggard talked about it. She needs her team to be tough, but she also wants them to move it a little better, get into that secondary action on offense in the second half and see if they can pull away. Double comes. Westgate forces it out. Hinson looking for three, number 4. I should say, and she's got it. That's now 4 long balls tonight from Hinson. She loves playing against Huntington.
She's really been the main culprit of why their offense is keeping up right now. 14 points, making 4 3-pointers. She's doing everything.
Melby back in the game after we saw Lauda Valiente. Raby spins around quick, too strong with it, falls down to Custer. And Raby's someone that was very aggressive in that first half. Honestly, I'm assuming after talking with Coach at the half, she would enjoy if Raby would stay aggressive. Just a couple more of those shots need to start falling. Swing pass to Custer right in front of her own bench. Hope puts it on the ground. Lancaster, Ohio native turns it over. Melby just keeps collecting steals. That's 20 turnovers now on Taylor.
And 11 steals. HU just continuing to attack on defense.
Melby all left hand there, gets another bucket, and that was something we talked about at halftime. She didn't score much, but her defense is what put Huntington over the top. This time she comes back with a bucket.
Yeah, two-way play there. Gets the steal on defense and then scores on offense, something that she can do very well.
Floater, too strong there inside from Clacy West. And now Melby will run the offense again. 8 minutes left in this third quarter. Melby's so shifty with the basketball. Gets inside. Kellum looking to open her tab, and that one looked good. Didn't go down, and then a couple of Trojans run into each other, and Westgate was last to touch it.
Yeah, it looked like it could have been a foul there on HU, but it was really the two Taylor players running into each other that caused the loose ball, so great hustle play there from Raby.
Melby looking for an open teammate. Kellum keeps launching. That one's too strong. She's still scoreless, has not made a field goal tonight.
Very uncharacteristic for Bailey Kellum. She's usually such a dynamic scorer. She rarely misses as many shots as she has tonight, but we'll see if she can get going here.
She's 0 of 8 from the field, so has not been able to get it going. 3 ball on the way, left wing. That one's good from Clacy West. Great 3-point shooter for the Trojans. Pulls it back within 3.
Huntington's got to be careful there. That's 2 3-pointers here that brought them right back into this game. HU's got to grab that momentum back.
Sebo off the dribble. She goes into Raby. Liv's been working quick. Right hand this time. Left it short. Another rebound down to Westgate.
You gotta like the freshman not being afraid of Westgate, a great interior defender, and she's just not afraid to take it at her, and you gotta love that aggressive approach.
Custer being guarded by Melby. Now left side West just hit that 3 from the same spot. Clacy spins it up top to Hinson. Keep trying to look inside for Westgate. Clacy West has it again. Back to the basket. Defense by Sebo. Dropped in. Westgate got it off that time. What didn't matter, even though she got the shot up, she missed it, and then Sebo steals it away. Custer right back at Emily Sebo, and she traveled. Looked like she stepped on a wet spot on the court.
That's an unfortunate play if you're Taylor. I mean, you get the steal right there. Gabby wasn't paying attention to where her defender was, got the steal, and then tripped on herself, and unfortunate.
Yeah, it looks like she could have just gone right into Sebo and maybe tried to draw a foul, but decided not to do so. As Melby will start it over on offense, gets right to the rim again, left hand finish again.
I like Gabby Melby being aggressive here early on. We know she's a second half scorer and she's looking to continue.
So Melby pulls her team back ahead by 5. Now Taylor will try to cut into this lead again. They had a chance to tie it on the last possession, then turned it over. Hinson has a free run to the rim, scores it right over the top of Nelson.
A little bit more of an offensive quarter here so far. Both teams scoring at a high rate. We'll see if maybe the defense gets picked back up here or if both teams are going to go on an offensive run.
Melby's had the hot hand. She'll go back to the left side, bumped on her way there. That's going to go on Custer, and Melby's got 2 more free throws.
how about Melby attacking Custer? She's done that relentlessly all night. And I mean, even though in the first half she wasn't getting all of her shots to go, you got to love the attack there. Gets Custer, I think, her 3rd foul. So she's instantly going to have to come out of the game. She's known so that she can take over with that matchup, and she's attacked it.
Melby, right around an 85% free throw shooter on the year, drops that in. She's 2 for 3 on the night. We saw her shoot 2 free throws in the first half. She's had as many as 41 this year, so we know she can score it. It's just kind of been a roller coaster ride, kind of a wave. As that one's way long. Nelson kept it alive, and then Westgate tapped it out of bounds.
And Nelson right there keeping Westgate off the rebound, something that not many people do, and especially this HU team in that first half where could not keep Westgate off the boards, but there Nelson with the extra effort gives HU another offensive possession.
Doesn't count as an offensive rebound, but it's as good as one as it forces another Taylor turnover. Westgate, one of the best rebounders in the country, couldn't handle that one. Melby off the dribble again, tries to get back to the rim, up and under, tries to work with the offhand, finds Kellum. Late shot clock scenario again, and Nelson couldn't handle it. A great defensive possession by the Trojans.
Yeah, I mean, the HU got what they wanted, another possession, but Taylor fought hard. We're trying to make up for that lapse of rebound there on the missed free throw, and they did it.
That's Huntington's 6th turnover of the evening. As now the Foresters are back on the defensive side. Westgate, 6 points, 10 rebounds, hands it off Henson, and then Yoakum ripped it away. I'm telling you, she is everywhere. And she's a big guard, 6 feet tall. She's long, she's got long arms, long legs. She can really defend well. And we've seen that tonight, getting into the passing lanes and disrupting a lot of drives to the rim as well.
Yeah, most people know her as a shooter and more of a scorer, but her defense has been incredible tonight. And in recent games and where I've seen her, her defense has really been a difference maker.
Drive to the rim. Yoakum played great defense again and then grabbed the miss. There it is. She's kind of able to do it, but she does turn it over this time, and it's an easy bucket for Macy Woods. And they've done that twice now on leak-out passes.
Yeah, HU's got to be careful making those length of the court passes. It's caused turnovers. They got to keep them to short, crisp passes.
Backdoor cut Kellum. She was open for a moment, couldn't handle it. Now Raby has a great deep position, spins around Westgate and scores again.
There's Raby again attacking Westgate, not letting Westgate rest on defense and making Westgate really fight and waste her energy on the defensive end.
Olivia Raby having a good night, not as efficient as she would like, but still putting together a great performance. Pass inside, double team comes, Kellum has another steal. See if Bailey can get it going. Stops here in transition, finds Kendall. Nelson's open. She had 1-3 in the first half. Feels like a big stretch of the game right now, Ryan. Melby wants to put something on top of it, can't do so. Rebound pulled away, and then a whistle called on Nelson as West did a good job holding off the defender.
Yeah, like you said, a huge stretch of the game here. I mean, this last 4 minutes of the third quarter really determines who has the momentum in this game and who carries it into the fourth quarter. And HU's looking to keep this lead as much as they can, as Trojans are really fighting back right now.
Taylor keeps coming back strong, and then Huntington tries to pull away. Melby tapped it away. Taylor able to keep possession. Looking for an option. Henson able to pick it up. She's got to start the offense here with 9 seconds left, though. Over the top, Ott. Now outside, this is Claycy West. Back to the basket, forces up a tough jumper, misses everything, and it's another shot clock violation. That is 3 forced by the Foresters tonight.
And that's something that I don't think they've done all season, is caused 3 shot clock violations. I mean, that's really a testament to their level of intensity on the defensive end tonight.
But once again, Huntington can start adding on to this lead here. We've seen them up as many as 7 in this game. Raby open. Gets to the left hand. That time she missed a short one, and Henson pulled it down. Good set there by Huntington, just not the result. Henson puts on the boosters, too strong off glass. Offensive rebound, Westgate, and then a jump ball quickly called. And we're waiting to see who's it going to go to. It's going to be Foresters basketball. That was a quick whistle.
Yeah, I mean, she barely had her hand on the ball in the call. I mean, that's not usually a jump ball, so maybe a little bit of a bad call there. But if you're a fan of HU Foresters, you'll take it.
And you can tell behind us the Taylor fans aren't happy, and I
No,
don't
they're
blame
not.
them
Yeah,
at all,
me
because that
neither.
was a really quick whistle as Huntington has the ball again, up 4. They've had a couple of chances to add on to this lead. Melby gets into the rim, thinks about falling away, now finds Sebo and Nelson. Annika tries to force it in, Westgate steals it.
Not the best pass there from Nelson. She's cutting right into Westgate there. Not the greatest high percentage look there, but you gotta live with it.
Lacey West bounces it outside. Long 3 on the way. That one rims off. Melby holds off Westgate and able to pull down the miss. Great job by Gabi as she pushes it ahead. It's another steal. Back the other way comes Taylor. Bumped on her way there is Macy Woods, who's going to shoot 2 free throws.
And Melby, once again, I mean, that's 3 possessions now in that little half-court offense that Melby's turned it over. I mean, she hasn't always been the one making the pass, but there she is. And she's really got to keep her head up and know where the defender is and not make those risky passes.
And Huntington did such a great job in that first half taking care of the basketball. Here in the third quarter, they've had just as many turnovers as they did in the entire first half. So they're starting to pile up, and that's how we've seen them kind of lose control in some of these close games late in the year. Hopefully tonight they can take care of the basketball. Woods splits the pair at the line, pulls it back within a 1-possession game. Talked about those 2-minute stretches, Ryan. Here's another one right here. Huntington can pull away or Taylor can grab the momentum. Lada Valiente hands it off to Sebo. Inside Nelson, great post position, spins around. Couldn't get it up to the rim, and it's another stop for Taylor, as able to pick up the loose ball was Quinn Kelly. Talked about how it started as an offensive quarter, Ryan. Now both teams really locking up. Hot to the rim, too strong. Sebo with a strong rebound.
How about the help defense from Valiente there?
She's got it now. Finds Kendall Yoakum, can't give her much space. She'll go off the dribble too, scoops it up, missed it. Nelson aboard, forces it up and in.
Nelson, great hustle play there, gets a second chance and makes good of it. Wow, what
That
a play.
all starts with Yoakum, though, getting to the rim, changing up what she's usually doing, and it led to Nelson fighting hard for another putback bucket. Huntington up 5 now. They finally got over that 4-point lead. Stop and pop, 15-footer good from West. She's starting to have a really nice game and a couple of nice shots from the mid-range.
Yeah, HU's really got to control the offense here, not get too rushed. That's what's caused a couple of these turnovers here. We'll see if they can.
Sebo goes off the dribble, finds Nelson again. 10-footer, floater, short. Rebound falls down to Ott. Couple of good shots not falling here for HU. The offense has been more efficient, I suppose you could say, as far as getting open shots, but not knocking in the shot. So I guess not efficient, but the looks are good enough to be of that. Not my best sentence there, right?
I mean, they are what you call efficient looks. So.
Finds Henson for the tie. That is off back iron. Rebound falls down to Woods. What I'm trying to say is they should be more efficient with the looks they're getting. English is hard sometimes.
Yes, it is.
West against Yoakum. Good defense by HU. Taylor's going to have to force another shot. Late shot clock. Macy Woods drives. She launches it up. Kellum rips it away. Huntington can hold for the last shot. Instead, they push the pace. Kellum coast to coast, her first 2 of the night.
And that's what you need. You need her to get going, and one way to do that is get a nice little last-second bucket that brings a lot of momentum.
So Kellum finally etches her name in the scorebook, and it's a 37-32 lead as we head into the final 4 minutes. Bailey Kellum into your living room, back on FDN Sports.
To me, Forester Camps is amazing.
To me, Forester's Camps is cool.
To me, Forester Camps is a great experience. I've always had just like a genuine interest for art, and our art teacher was like passing out flyers and stuff.
And I saw that my other friends were going to do it, so I got interested in as well.
This is my first college trip, so I didn't really know kind of what it's like to be in college.
College really isn't as scary as I thought it would be. Definitely go. There is a lot of really cool activities and opportunities you can get here.
Try to get yourself involved. Try to talk to other people who are like at the camp as well. Talk to like your hosts and stuff.
I mean, there's no reason not to go. I mean, you get out of school, you could come here.
It's really informative on how college actually is, and that the community here is really great.
Back inside Platt Arena for the final 10 minutes in a crucial game between the Taylor Trojans and the Huntington University Foresters. Right now, it's a 5-point lead for the home team. HU looking to stay in the mix for the 4 and 5 seed in this tough league. Double team inside. Westgate finally gets some space. Now forces it up. Missed another shot, and Huntington's doing such a good job on Taylor's best player in the post.
Yeah, I mean, they've kept her to 6 points, something that she isn't usually kept to, and you got a testament to the defense.
Sebo knocks down the big 3 on her senior night, and what a way to knock in your first points on an important night for her. Huntington up 8, their largest lead of the night.
And that's what seniors do. They are the reliable ones on the team, and they get you buckets when you need it the most.
Custer now working off the dribble. See if Huntington can keep this pressure on. Quick whistle called. We'll see which Forester gets it. It's going to be on.
Looks like Raby.
Yeah, it looked like Raby. I actually didn't see that. Maybe it was called in the post. Thought it might have been a reach on Yoakum or Nelson.
It looks like she may have reached slightly.
So it was maybe the
quick hole.
Yeah, I guess I just didn't see it. Taylor running out of time. They find an open shooter, Custer, who delivers a big shot for the Trojans.
Custer hasn't had her best night tonight, but comes up when they need it the most, and you got to look to it from whoever can get a shot up if you're Taylor.
Only a 26% three-point shooter. Melby Euro steps. Raby another offensive rebound and hacked by Westgate. And now Liv gets 2 chances at the charity stripe. She has really worked hard against one of the best post players in this conference.
I mean, even though she's getting out rebounded, how about 5 huge rebounds against a player that's gotten 25 against her earlier in the season? She's really making up for that lapse of rebounding in their first matchup, and she's been huge in preventing Taylor from really getting going with those rebounding and scoring.
Westgate still having a nice night with 6 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists, but in the first matchup, she really dominated the game against Huntington. Raby knocks down 2 big ones. You look at it, 18 points, 25 rebounds, 10 offensive rebounds in that first matchup. And, you know, right now you'll take what the defense has forced Westgate to do, and that's be inefficient inside.
And you got to think that's what Maggard was talking about, was just keeping her off the boards, playing great defense, help coverage on her, and they're making use of it.
Henson misses it. Sebo pulls it down. Melby tries to get ahead of the pack, does just that, and puts it off glass and in. Huntington up 9.
And that's their second half scorer. She is, once again, another leader like Sebo. She's a junior. She's huge in the fourth quarter, and we'll see if she can get going here.
Gabi up to 12 after a really slow start. Long 3 launched and made by West. She's having a good night offensively, feeling good on her jump shot. I mean, every time it goes up, it feels like it's going in at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, the first half was most Henson and Westgate, but she's really come alive here and helped them out.
And so is Sebo as she gets this one with her left hand. She's up to 5. And maybe in her last quarter ever in Platt Arena, 5 huge points put HU back up 8.
That's what she's done her entire career, and she continues to do it here.
Custer tries the answer. Sebo with another rebound.
That's her 6. She's the leading rebounder of the team.
And she's been the leading rebounder all year long, averaging right around 6 per game. Raby launches a long 2. That one's in and out. There's Sebo again. Make it 7 for the senior.
Sebo is cooking right now, and the Forster fans are into it. Darby Maggard loves it. The team is hyping her up, and you gotta love the senior taking over here.
Emily Sebo putting on a show on her senior night. 7 points, 7 rebounds, all 7 points in the fourth quarter when we're back on FDN Sports.
Timeout Taylor, a full timeout. This is how we like to do it.
We're back in Platt Arena, and if you're just joining us, it's good news if you're a Forester fan. 48-38 with 7:21 left. It's been a back and forth game, but now Huntington's starting to pull away, and on senior night, the senior leader, Emily Sebo, taking over.
And she's showing her leadership right now in this fourth quarter. I mean, the team started off rough with, I think, 2 missed shots and a turnover, and she stepped it up since then with her 7 rebounds, 7 points. As you said, 7 points in the quarter. And she's helped this balanced attack that HU has been going with all night, and she's been huge for them.
So Huntington, with their largest lead of the night, trying to hold on to this advantage over Taylor. We talked about how these two teams are neck and neck in the conference race, and really Huntington could use this one badly because they could still hold on for a 5 or 6 seed and potentially even a 4 in the conference. St. Francis beating Grace right now, so I don't know exactly how it works out, but somehow Huntington could hold on for a tiebreaker and maybe host another game here. So Emily Sebo's hoping it's not her last night here in Platt Arena.
There is always that chance.
West finds Hinson. Been the playmaker tonight, throws it inside, double team on Westgate, spins to her left, tough shot off glass.
And that's just her abusing the fact that Melby's a smaller defender and can't get up to block that shot, and great heads-up play from Taylor Westgate.
Talk about it, she's got 6, 7, maybe 8 inches on Melby, and that time she used her size and got a good look. Melby gets the ball on the skip pass from Yoakum, drives in, gets open, missed a short shot, and then it's rebounded by Woods.
That's a shot she normally makes. You can see her there with disgust on her face for the fact that she missed that shot, as that's a shot she'll normally hit.
Fake shot, drive inside, Westgate open again. She's got 4 straight, and she's been on some mini runs here tonight where she puts back-to-back baskets in, pulls her team back within 6.
And she's right there in the double-double, 10 points, 11 rebounds. She's been a big contributor for this team, and we'll see if she can continue it.
Lauda back in there as well, nearly left the pivot foot. Raby, who's had a good night, spins to her right and scores again.
How about her just attacking Westgate tonight? She is not afraid of the bigger defender and the more experienced defender, and she is taking it right at her. You love the aggressiveness.
Custer now drives in. Lauda cut her off. Westgate was open for a moment. Now she'll go to work and make it 6 straight now. And we talked about it. She's got that ability to score whenever she wants. It's just about finishing at the rim, and now she is here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, HU's got to be careful. They've given her too many looks there where she's made them, and now she's feeling it. And if you're HU, you've got to get her right out of that rhythm.
Melby's wide open from 17. You can see that one rim in and out, and then a foul on Raby as Westgate blocked out the freshman, and the ball goes back to the Trojans. A chance to cut into this lead once again.
Yeah, I mean, every time you think HU pulls away, Taylor makes a little run. I mean, we've seen it all game. I mean, Huntington goes up by 7. Lead gets right back down to 3, and they had a 10-point lead, and now a chance to make it a 1-possession game if they make a 3.
Taylor back the other way with Hinson, the playmaker for the Trojans. Gets to the rim, blocked by Raby, who maybe makes up for that foul on the other side.
Now, that Raby, not usually known for being a huge shot blocker on the team, but keeps up with the faster attacker and blocks the shot.
Custer got the inbound play, hands it off to West, who's had a nice 4th quarter, looks to add on. That one's too strong. Bailey Kellum smartly runs it down. Still think Bailey could hit a big shot here, even though she's just made 1 field goal tonight. Raby looks for Kellum. There she is, 2 defenders, and she's fouled, and I guess free throws are just as good as a field goal.
And if you're a shooter, and this is something I think I've said in previous broadcasts with you, Preston, is if you're a shooter, all it takes sometimes is a free throw or 2 to go in for a shooter like Bailey Kellum to get going. And if she can make these 2, then she may start feeling it from her 3-point range.
She drops that one in, so now she's up to 3. She hasn't made a 3 tonight. She's got 82 on the season, which is 8 away from tying the season record of 90, which was set several years ago. Raby with the O board, can't get that one to go. Custer pulls it down, so she might have to do it against Goshen or into the conference tournament once we get to that point as well. She needs 9 to pass the record, and just a freshman. Keep that in mind.
We know she's capable of it. She is that good.
Custer swings it out top. West over to the right side. Woods. Taylor playing their starters a lot. There's one of them. That three's too strong. Nelson pulls it down as West missed again. Melby, head down, coast to coast, finds an open shooter in Kellum, and finally she drops it in.
There she is. Like you said, she can hit one of those big shots, and like I said, all it takes is one free throw, and you're feeling it if you're a shooter like Kellum.
Not about how many you make, but when you make them, as another miss is forced. See if Huntington can add on to this 10-point lead. Melby gets to the rim, had it tapped away. Good defense there by Woods, but man, when Melby starts to feel confident, she pushes the pace, and it leads to a lot of wide open shots. And because of that, it looks like Coach Wiseman wants a timeout, and it's going to be a full timeout, so we'll take it with them when we come back. Huntington trying to finish off the Trojans, 3:50 left in Platt Arena.
This is how we like to do it.
Back in Platt Arena, it's the largest lead of the night and a good time for it for Huntington. 10 points is the lead with 3:50 left. And Ryan, you called it. Bailey Kellum saw one free throw go in, comes right back, knocks in a huge corner three, which she's done now 83 times this year.
Yeah, I mean, this is what Kellum can do, and this is what shooters do. All it takes sometimes, if you're having an off night, like I said, is just one shot as an exception to that rule.
Melby finds Kellum again, looking for number 2. That one's in and out. Rebound fought for. Yoakum kept it alive, but then last touch by Kendall as West did just enough to block her out.
Kellum once again coming out, shooting the three, feeling confident, and you want to see that if you're the coach. That confidence is all of a sudden that puts pressure on Taylor, knowing that she's willing to shoot any chance she gets.
She's better than a 45% three-point shooter in conference play. Obviously not tonight as Custer launches. That doesn't go. Yoakum pulls it down. I think Kendall's been awesome tonight as Nelson's a little slow behind the play. Melby able to slow it down with 2 defenders coming towards her. Now finds Kendall. She was open for a moment. Instead goes to the rim. Great defense by Westgate, who clears and finds West. Placey to Henson. Defense goes away, and Henson just gets it over the front of the rim.
Henson's had an incredible night for Taylor. 18 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. She has been huge for Taylor, and she's the main reason that they're in this game right now.
Melby able to control it against Woods. 2 fouls on both teams here, so not really close to the bonus quite yet. Kellum was open on the cut. Melby held on to it. Now Bailey has it. She'll try again. That one's too strong. Sebo fighting for the rebound, and she did enough to get another foul called, I believe, on Westgate. And it's not an offensive board for Sebo, but it's another possession.
Yeah, it was on West actually instead of Westgate, number 24. But you see the positioning from Sebo. She's been doing that. She's the leading rebounder of the team and fought for the positioning and draw a foul because of it, giving HU another possession.
Nelson goes to Melby again. She'll fire a rare 3. That one's short. Westgate has another board. Up ahead is Custer against Kellum. Falls down and a foul called, and that is a tough whistle against Bailey Kellum.
That is a late call right there. I mean, those are calls that you don't usually see. I mean, that's one of those where she just lost the ball and the ref just called a call because she saw her flop there. I mean, that is all acting there. I mean, I really don't think there's much of a foul there, but the ref saw something else.
It looks like they called a blocking foul, but Kendall Yoakum was waiting to throw it in. Now it's going to go to Taylor, so it's not on the shot at least. I'm not sure how. It looked like, if anything, she was trying to shoot it, but I guess if you do get that whistle against you, at least it's not 2 free throws. Henson throws it over West. Long swing pass to Woods, who fires. Just rims in and out, knocked out a play, and it's going to go to Huntington as that's called off of Westgate.
That looks like off Nelson. I mean, you can hear the Taylor fans yelling behind us. It did look like it was off Nelson. We'll see here. Yeah, that's definitely off Nelson. A rough call.
And it looks like they're going to change it over.
That is the right call.
It is the right call. They got it right. And you could see Nelson trying to fight against the taller Westgate and just couldn't get the positioning. And that's what you need, is you need to ask your partner, and they did just that.
The refs have been tremendous tonight.
Yeah,
I mean, there's been 1 or 2 slip-up calls, but they've been on top of it. They've been huge for us.
It's a hard job.
Yes.
Hinson throws it over. Inside Westgate, doubled, and now a quick whistle, and I'm not sure who it's going to be on this time. It's going to be Melby, as they're going to call a hold. That's her third, but still just 2 minutes left.
It looks like she was in the positioning there. I mean, she had her behind. She was in front of the pass there, and then maybe a little bit of a hook, but Taylor Westgate was hooking her arm too.
There's been a lot more contact than that on a lot of different plays. Either way, no one's happy with the officiating now from both sides. Shot missed by Custer. She forced it. And now Melby and Yoakum work to break the press. Huntington in winning time right now with a few more buckets. Melby gets to the rim. She's wide open. Scores it with the right hand, and HU's back up 10.
And she's the closer. This is what she does, and she's doing it tonight. She has a couple buckets here late on, leading the team in scoring.
West again launches a deep one, and Coach Wiseman wants another timeout, as right now keeping him in the game has been Claycy West. She's really been the only one that's shot it well from deep, other than Hinson, I suppose. But West on the night has now made 3 of 6 threes, and this Taylor team doesn't shoot a ton of threes, so it's hard for them in this situation to come back and you know, make it closer. But Claycy and Ava have been really the offense tonight, and of course Westgate. But when you shut Westgate down, it doesn't have to be a complete shutout. Like tonight, she's got 12 and 14, but you forced a lot of close misses too, and kind of kept her out of a rhythm throughout this game. So you got to feel good about that, and now just make some free throws and take care of the basketball.
As like you said, they're more of an inside scoring team. They like to get it to Westgate, who then collapses it, and then they like to get the cutters the ball once that happens. But HU's done a great job of stealing the ball on those inbounds passes. Well, not inbound passes, the passes into the paint. And it's forced them to become a three-point shooting team this game. I mean, Henson and West have stepped up to the call, but the rest of the team has not.
Melby splits the defenders, and now Huntington can start burning some of this clock. Just a minute 20 left in this game. Looking to go over 500, as a foul's going to be called on Macy Woods. That is the 4th personal on Taylor. That's the 2nd on Woods. And now both teams just 1 foul away from shooting free throws the rest of the way. Nelson gets it to Melby. Woods playing defense again. Another foul called on Woods, and now Melby gets to shoot free throws.
Seems like they're a little bit chippy to call the whistle here a lot of times. I mean, you saw in that first half, aggressive defense. They allowed them to play, allowed some of the contact. Right there, just looks like she gives her a little bump. And I mean, for the rest of the game, that's been allowed, but here in crunch time, the refs have really blown their whistle.
Melby's taken over in crunch time, by the way, Ryan. We've seen it throughout the year. She's up to 15 now. She had a slow start in this game. She's the leading scorer. Make it 16 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, and 2 big free throws to put Huntington back up 2.
You got to think that those free throws could be the daggers here. I mean, unless they can get a quick 3.
Henson's been one of the best shooters. So has West, who has it now against Raby. Back to the basket, swings it out. Custer playing on the offensive end, can't get by Melby. Another 3 launch, that one short. Westgate fights for it. Yoakum keeps it in, and then Coach Darby Maggard smartly calls a timeout, and she'll be able to advance the ball now. So Huntington just 52 seconds away from pulling off a massive victory. It's just a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. But man, a gritty performance by the Foresters tonight. The defense is what won them the game.
Yeah, I mean, usually, at least on the broadcast we've been on, there's been a lot of flashy offense you see from Huntington. They're usually hitting a lot of threes, getting some nice open looks in the paint, Raby drives, Melby drives, and then especially Kellum hitting a lot of threes. They haven't been doing that today. They've not been the most efficient offensive team, but like you said, a really gritty defensive performance, something you don't normally see from this team, but it's a welcome sight if you're a Forester fan to see this level of defense from them coming into conference play coming up here soon.
And it doesn't matter about, or the way you win, I guess I should say. It just matters if you win, and it looks like Huntington's going to do that tonight. They turned Taylor over so far 23 times. Huntington's only shot 36%, 5 of 21 from 3. So, like you mentioned, hasn't been their most efficient night, but if you find different ways to win and win ugly, quote, then you feel pretty good about it, because we know they can win in a pretty manner as well by knocking down all kind of threes.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those things that shows the versatility of this team, as they're more known as an offensive team. They score a lot of points. They have a lot of flashy offense. They hit a lot of threes. And in a night where their offense hasn't been there, they've struggled. They've turned the ball over 11 times. They haven't shot the best percentage from the field and from 3, which they usually do. Their defense has picked up where the offense has slacked, and it's what's leading them to the win in this game.
Bailey has 8 now with those 2 free throws, just 2 of 12 from the field, but some massive buckets late in this game. Huntington on defense again. It's the 24th turnover, and now Huntington has a chance here to close it out, and it looks like they're going to win. This would push them back over 500 again, and a timeout again from Darby Maggard, who will have the ball in the front court. Wait to see if it's a full or 30. It's just going to be a 30, so once again, we'll stay here just to keep you updated. We do want to let you know we will have the men's game coming up next. That'll be senior night for 4 Foresters. We'll have Zach Goodline, who's looking to become the 3rd all-time leading scorer in program history tonight with 12 points. That's all he needs. I'm sure he might get that.
He will probably get it.
Might get it in the first half.
Yeah.
After what we saw the last home game he had.
Incredible. I was watching that game. It was crazy.
So Ross Gosnell will be joining me for that one. And then we'll also have Gage McGuire, who's a grad senior, grad transfer coming in from Emporia State. He'll be honored along with Mitchell Wilson and Joel Dyer out of Australia. But Emily Sebo, the lone senior on this Forester team, inbounds it to Bailey Kellum, and Kellum is fouled again. So after all the struggles from the field from Kellum, she still might get to double digits.
Yeah, I mean, she's made her last 2 free throws, puts her up to 8 points, a chance to get 10. I mean, that just shows you the level of scoring that she has. I mean, has an off night and still manages to get in double digits.
Bailey puts it up. That's 9 for her. She came in as a top 3 scorer in the Crossroads League as a freshman. I mean, there's a real chance she breaks the 3-point record this year. Of course, she hasn't knocked down many tonight, just 1 actually, but now she has to make 8 over the next 2 games, which she'll have at least 2 to try.
I mean, we've seen her hit 4 threes in a game before. She's done that a lot of times, and I'm sure she will be hoisting them up, because that is a huge accomplishment if she can do that.
Fitting way to put this one away as Emily Sebo grabs another rebound, and the Foresters are going to win a massive game on senior night in front of the home crowd, and you can see the emotions there from Emily Sebo, realizing this might be her last time putting on the Forester jersey here in Platte Arena.
Yeah, I mean, what a performance from her. 8 rebounds, 7 points. I mean, she was huge in this 4th quarter. Got half her rebounds there, almost all of her points in this quarter. She has been tremendous for this team, showing her leadership and her value over these last 4 years.
We'll actually have Coach Maggard and Emily Sebo joining us for the post-game interview. So we will have that in just a moment. Of course, both teams usually meet in the middle and say a post-game prayer, but man, a hard-fought battle for Emily Sebo and the rest of her team. It was nothing given here tonight. Taylor might be lower in the Crossroads League, but they really beat down this Huntington team first time around. HU comes right back at them and takes care of them late in this game, and it was once again all hands on deck for this squad.
Yeah, I mean, HU won this game through sheer determination and grit, and they showed off their defensive prowess, something they haven't really shown off for most of the year, but they really proved that they can be that defensive team with a little bit more experience and maybe adding 1 or 2 more defenders here.
So we'll wait for these 2 to come join us real quick. I believe Emily will be joining us. I know that Darby Maggard will be as well. And we're gonna start the interview with Coach Maggard once she gets through all the fans that she has here in Platte Arena. And Coach Maggard is here to join us. Man, a fitting way to end that game. Emily Sebo rips down the final rebound to close out a crucial win for you guys, and a hard-fought battle tonight. An incredible defensive performance by your team.
Thank you so much. I'm really proud of Emily. All year long, she's held us down on the boards, and so yeah, it really was a fitting way for her to end her career here, is just to go get us a crucial rebound. But no, I can't say enough about Emily, and from day one as a coach, for me getting this job, she has just said, yes, coach, and I will do whatever the team needs me to do is what I will do. And she's battled through injury both years that I have been here, and so I cannot say enough about her toughness, about her competitive spirit, about her just selfless attitude towards the team. She is just a phenomenal human being, and I love coaching her. She's going to be phenomenal at anything that she does in life. She's great.
So we talked earlier today about how crucial this game is. You take care of step one. It's not guaranteed that you have another home game, but still up in the air. Just an update for you. St. Francis is over top of Grace right now by 1 with 4 minutes left. So
oh, wow.
We'll see how that one goes and plays out. You travel to Goshen next. You know, I just can't stop thinking about the gritty performance tonight. I mean, you get hardly any production from your best player all year long, and Bailey Kellum, who's just a freshman. She still finds a way to put up 10, and it was the meaningful baskets and meaningful minutes late in that game that separated her and the rest of your team tonight.
Yeah, I think you're going to have tough nights,
yeah,
you know, as a scorer and as a player. And I just think it speaks to just her toughness as a player. She's been steady for us all year long, and just really came out and she's taken what the defense has given her. And tonight the ball wasn't going in, but she found other ways to impact our floor and impact our team. And to be honest with you, as a freshman, I'm really impressed with her ability to do that. It's impressive to me. Even when the ball's not going in, she still was locked in and focused. And yeah, as you said, late in the game, she was locked in and ready to make those free throws for us. So it was big time. She did a good job.
All right, Coach, that's win number 14. We do not know if we'll see you back here on FDN Sports, but we just want to give you a special thanks for always joining us, even after tough halves and great halves. It means a lot that you come over, and we're really, really happy and just proud of the way that you're building this program, and a big leap in year 2 for you, Coach.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys and what you do. These broadcasts are awesome. We love having you, so thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Coach Maggard. We will give it back to Ryan. We'll get you set up for the men's game as they'll be taking on the Taylor Trojans as well. Ryan, you got any final thoughts for that one?
I think that Coach Darby Maggard summed it up pretty well. Their performance, a gritty defensive performance. You got production from most of your players, especially on the defensive end. I mean, they just played a great game of basketball, and you got to love the good welcoming goodbye game for Emily Sebo. Had a great game to finish it out, and what a great career she had.
So the Foresters victorious again tonight. There's a chance we see them again inside Platt Arena, but they'll travel to Goshen on Wednesday, take on the Maple Leafs, try to secure a plus 500 win record on the year, an over 500 record, I should say, on the year. Big step for Coach Darby Maggard. For Preston Husband and Ryan Holzapple, we'll be back in about 20 minutes, and it'll actually be Ross Gosnell joining me for the men's game on FDN Sports.
That's it! Catch and fire. It's on the... He made it!